UNH stock is going to rip higher from here. And in this video, I'm going to tell you why. And there are several indicators that suggest that it is going to do that. What's up, homie? This is Howie. I'm a principal AI engineer with a PhD in physics. Welcome back to Howieverse, where we treat investing with data-driven methodology. In this video, I'm going to show you why the UNH stock is going to rip higher in the near future because the business is improving. Not only that, the technical chart is also suggests that the stock is likely to go to the upside. Let's get to it. Here's the UNH chart currently trading at $323. Let's talk about the business side first. UNH increased their premium for FY26 from 12% to 21%. Last year, I had the highest premium from UNH. This year, I had to lower the tier by 1, which increased my premium at 12%. If I need to keep the same highest coverage, which what I had last year, I will have to pay 21% more in premium. So I suspect that everybody's premium has gone up from 12% to 21% on average. So the company successfully passed their higher medical costs to the customer. All the customers can do is to eat the increase in premium. The best they can do is to lower their coverage like me, which is good for the company because they don't have to pay as much in their medical costs. However, this is still 12% higher than the previous year, and the increase has been brutal for a lot of people. The thing is that the business is so sticky, there is no possible way with the higher medical costs that people are just going to unsubscribe to the UNH. All they can really do is just to eat the premium. So basically, we should see this change showing up in the Q1 2026 revenue, which will come out tomorrow. We look at the financial real quick. So if you look at the total revenue since 2019, 2022, all the way to 2025, the revenue has been increasing at a steady rate. So in 2019 is at 7%, 2020 is at 6%, 2021 almost 12%, 2022 almost 13%, and then 2023 is at 14.6%, 2024 is at 7.7%, and 2025 is at 11.8%. Needless to say, the revenue has been increasing steadily at low teens growth. If you look at the net income in 2019 is increased 15.46%, in 2020 11.3, 2021 12%, 2022 16.40%, 2023 11.24%. In 2024 and 2025, because they got hit by lawsuit and also higher medical costs, that's why it's been 2 years. Net income has been reduced or being hit by 35, and then in 2025 got hit by 16.31%. So the net income has been hit for a 2 consecutive years. However, by this year, I believe they have solved the issue and the net income has bottomed out. If the net income has been bottomed out, that means that the price to earning ratio or the PE ratio is going to get better as well. And if we look at the valuation on the PE, look at the price to earning ratio. If you, let's go to the annual. If you look at the annual PE ratio, it's been hovering in around 20 to 30 multiple. If you look at this 2024, since they got hit in the bottom line, does it increase the PE ratio? If the PE ratio is higher, that means the stock is likely to be overpriced. And it has come down all the way to 23.94 or 24. Nevertheless, if we see by tomorrow the Q1 net income is improving, the PE ratio is going to come down. Next, let's look at the chart. The chart has this trend line, this upsloping trend line over here that is dated back all the way to 2013, right? So if you look at the low over here is 2013, and then it hit several times in 2013, October 2013, all the way to October 2014. So it's just a year of brutal hitting the lower side of this upsloping trend line, and then it hit again in August 2015 and also in January 2016. It has been floating above the trend line over here, but again in 2020 it also hit this trend line, right? So what happening for the UNH for this trend line, it has been hit a bunch of times in the past. And if we look at today, right? So what happened today recently is that it tried to broke down the to the lower of the trend line, and then it went up again, and then it tried to break down again, and then it failed, and then it has been hovering on around this level, and then it broke down again recently, and then now we are above the trend line. Needless to say, this trend line is a very important trend line. It's a very long-term trend line dated back all the way to 2013. And it has been holding up pretty good recently as well. As we see, it tried to broke down to the lower side of the trend line, but it failed twice over here and also over here. Now there's another trend line that I would like to show you. We'll see that in this recent high, and then we tag all the way here. If you look at this trend line, right, it has broken up, and then ever since that day that it has broken down below this green trend line that we just drew, it has tagged it several times over here and over here. Now, what you can do is you tag this one, and then also from this recent high over here, right? It also has broken up this trend line. So technical wise, the UNH is set to rip higher. And how much higher can we go, right? That is the next question. So in summary, in this trend line, it seems like the UNH stock is trying to rip higher from here because there has been not only one or two, there are three trend lines that has been broken up to the upside. For example, like this one has been broken up to the upside. And then for this one, it also has been broken up for upside. And for this red long-term trend line from here, it also has been broken up to the upside. So we have three indicators that saying that UNH should rip higher. Okay, now you say, well, how much higher can it go? So if I draw the Fibonacci retracement from this high and then trace it all the way to the recent low over here as the baseline, and what you can see is that once it touched the baseline, it broke up to this 236 line, and then it tried to go to this 382 line. So if we draw the percentage change on this one, look at this one. This one is about 60%, right? From the lowest low to the high over here back in October 2015. Now, for the recent low, it didn't quite tag that line. So what's happening is that we are forming a higher low over here, right? So we have a low over here, and then we have a higher low. This means that the chart is also bullish, right? So it tried to rip higher. And what happened here, I suspect that it's going to go up to this 0.5 level, this green line over here. The reasoning is that if I draw the same trend line, if I draw the same percentage change from this recent low all the way to this trend line, look at that. This one is about 61% upside, and this one is about 63% upside. Coincidence? This price change that has been going up 60 to 61%, I would assume that this is going to go to this about the same level at 60% or 6 to 65%. And it also coincides to this point 0.5 retracement trend line. So what the stock likely to do when it has broken down or it has been going down so much, right? So let's look at the percentage change from this high all the way to this one. That is 61% drop. So this 60% level is going to be very, very important. And if we look at the recent one, right? So from this low, and then when it tags all the way, the high here is going to be about 60%. And it also coincides to the zero point 0.5 retracement. And this zero point 0.5 retracement is a very important level for the retracement. And there is something that we need to look at in terms of what we can gain from here, right? So if we look at the current stock price, that is still about 30% upside from here. However, one thing that it needs to do is that it needs to take out this 236 or the red line over here. If it broke above it, I am going to say with higher probability that it will likely to tag this 0 0.5 level. Lastly, the stock is currently trading above this 200 moving average line, this purple line over here. And you see that it has broken up to the upside in regards to this purple line or the 200 moving average line. And in addition, if we look at the technicals, and it suggests that all of this technical side from the moving average 10, like everything is a buy from here. In conclusion, the business is improving. They are trying to fix their net income by passing their costs, their higher costs from the medical costs and also from the lawsuit, pass it down to the customer. And secondly, the technical chart is telling us that there are many indicators that suggest the upside trend for UNH. If you like analysis video like this, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more analysis in the future. I'll see you next time.